thing to do with Mormonism is at the end, there's a sharing time where sometimes people say things about like their past experiences in the church that you would probably only understand if you have had if you've been in the Mormon church. So that's why I hate that it almost seems like discriminating, but it's just like, this is specifically for that group. So if you or anyone you know could benefit from it, I think it's like, I love doing it. I do it once a month. Tonight, 7 p.m. here in this space. It's $25. If you need any extra information on it, let me know, and I'd be happy to tell you whatever question, answer your questions. Okay, last but not least, I got my Katie Shifkin yoga sweatshirt on, and I'm like really proud of my design. I really like it. So if you have any interest in buying one for yourself, I have t-shirts out there that are the same design. They're $25. And then I have one more of these like crop hoodies that's like a woman's crop, oversized crop. It's $55. And then there's just regular hoodies, and I've cut those myself to make them crop because that's my style, and they still look really cute. Those are $44. So, and just Venmo me, same way as you pay for class. You can just do it on your way out if you want to. If you have any questions, ask. Okay. Any other things that you guys would like to address, or should we just practice? Ready? Okay. Let's do it. So come to a comfortable seat. And a lot of you are already there. If you want to, you might move around a little bit, maybe just roll your head around or your shoulders, or even stretch your arms up or out. So any little bits and pieces of movement before you settle into stillness. And then eventually just close your eyes and rest your hands somewhere intentionally. And if you feel like you have to leave your eyes open, just soft gaze. This is not the time to look around and look at everything in the room, but just start to tune in a little more just to yourself, to your own inner world. So that's why we close our eyes, to go inward. So let's start with 3 big breaths. Great big inhale, fill up as big as you can, hold. Maybe sip in a little bit extra. And then open your mouth and let it go. Ah. Good. Again, like that. Inhale, fill up. Imagine you can breathe into every single space inside of you. Hold at the top. Open your mouth, take a big sigh. Ah. Very nice. One more time. Biggest inhale of your morning. Most of the time we can breathe bigger than we think. So take that extra sip, hold, let it circulate around inside. And open your mouth, let it go. Ah. Good. Now seal your lips. And begin to drop into your Ujjayi breath. So in and out through your nose by way of the back of your throat. See if you can start to create that sound with your breath, like an ocean wave or a gentle whisper. Start to find that little bit of power in your breath, that gentle effort. And just be here in observation for a moment. So I know it's really hard for us to sit still amidst our impulses to move, amidst our impulses to look around, to figure something out. See if you can just simply sit and be in your body and tune into your breath. Be present for just these first couple moments. So tuning into you, noticing how you feel, what you've brought with you to class, noticing how your body feels, how your breath feels as it flows through. Maybe you notice how distracted you are this morning, or how much stress you have inside of you from your drive to the studio, or maybe how tired you are. You're just noticing, you're not judging, but just observing. That's what this time is for. So you can stay right here as long as you'd like, your Sunday morning seated meditation, Whenever you're ready for some movement, go ahead and transition onto your hands and your knees and start to move and explore from your hands and knees. So if you come to my class often, you know the drill, just intuitive movement. So you might start with cat-cows if that's what feels familiar, but then start to get a little more creative, start to get a little more intuitive. Maybe circle your hips around. Maybe come forward towards cobra, up dog. Maybe you just want to rest in child's pose for a few breaths. So take your time here. Again, not to have satellite eyes and look at everybody in the room and how everybody else looks, but to drop deeper into your own body. So if it's helpful, close your eyes. See if you can go back to your animal instincts. So if you were just an animal exploring your body, maybe you just woke up from a long nap and you're getting ready to run through the forest or the jungle. How would you stretch? How would you feel around? How would you prepare yourself to move? So get out of your head and into your body. Notice what feels good. And then maybe you also notice what feels tight, what feels stiff, what feels tender. Good breathing, you guys. In your next few rounds, so I'd say 4 or 5 breaths, downward facing dog is our eventual destination. So you can start transitioning back as you are ready, no rush. Good, you guys. So once you're back in your down dog, you can keep that exploration going. Pedal out your heels, shift your hips side to side, shake your head yes or no. So make sure you have enough space in between your shoulders that you can easily move your head from side to side. So maybe you externally rotate just a little bit more through your shoulders and feel the space in between your ears and your shoulders. Rather than pressing back by hyper-extending through your shoulder joints, try to keep your shoulders really plugged in, really strong, and then press back through your heart. Yes, really nice, you guys. Nice, Sophia. Good, Laura. So whatever feels good in your down dog for these first few breaths. I like a big bend in my knees usually, just really working the length from my fingertips up to my sit bones. And then can you feel your breath? Is it still there? Is it still big and spacious? And can you use it to hold and support you from the inside? You guys look great. Nice down dogs, good poses. Take one more big inhale. See if you can lift your hips even higher. And then as you exhale, gaze to the top of your space, however you'd like to get there, forward fold. So once you've arrived, hang out in your fold for a moment. You can take ragdoll if you want, grab opposite elbows, maybe a little sway or a little bob or a little bounce. Keep your weight more in your toes and the balls of your feet, less in your heels. I would recommend feet at least hips width distance apart for this first fold, maybe even a little wider. All of your toes should be facing directly forward. And with that bend in your knees, focus on lifting your butt, lifting your sit bones as high as you can by using your core strength. So bend your knees, let your neck relax. Use your core to lift your butt up higher. Yeah. Take one more round in your fold. Nice job, you guys. As you inhale, halfway lift. So spinal extension. Get all the rounding out of your back. Exhale, bow and fold. Let it go. Do that once more, halfway lift. So top of your head reaches forward, tops of thighs press back, sit bones broaden. Exhale, fold. This time, come through your halfway lift and keep rising all the way up, arms to the sky. Hands to your heart center as you exhale. Flow with your breath, slowly and intentionally. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, slow dive down. So see if you can take the entire length of your exhale, then release and fold. Inhale, lift halfway. So how much length and strength can you feel in your back body? Exhale, fold, let it go. Root through your feet, lead with your heart, take it all the way back up. Arms to the sky, inhale. Hands to heart, exhale. One more time, just like that. It's a half sun salute. Inhale, high mountain. Maybe try closing your eyes as you take your dive down. So feel from the inside, traction out your spine, lengthen your side bodies, then let it go. Halfway lift as you breathe in. So rather than moving just through this pose, be in the pose, feel it. Exhale, release. Dive as deep as you can, all the way to empty in your breath. Press into your feet, rise up. Arms to the sky, big stretch. Very nice, hands to heart, exhale. All right, this time inhale, arms reach up. And side body stretch of your choice over to the right. So if you want, your right hand can come to your right hip. Maybe you grab hold of your left wrist. Maybe you interlace your fingers or yin yang variation. So lots of options. Most of your weight should be in your left foot, especially the inner edge. See if you can move your hips over to the left and then upper body to the right. It's like you're creating a crescent moon shape. Breathe into that space in your left waistline, your left rib cage, in between your ribs. Take one more round. Next, inhale, back to center. Both feet on the ground, both arms to the sky. As you exhale, other side. Again, your own variation. Your right shoulder should be back. So bicep next to your ear, in front of your face. And then most of your weight in your right foot, especially the inner edge. Yeah, feel the strength in your left side obliques rather than just sinking into it. Take one more round. See if there's any more space you can create. Nice, Megs. As you inhale, back to center, both feet on the ground. Hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders back and down. And then if you can, press your palms together like they're suction cups. Bend your elbows a little or even a lot and try to squeeze your elbows towards each other like they're magnetized. Now keep all of that and see if you can start to reach your hands back away from your body. Try not to lock out your elbows. Feel that opening in the front of your shoulders. Stay here or puff up your heart. Little baby back bend. Take your gaze up. Press your hips gently forward, but hug in with your inner thighs. One more great big huge inhale. Keep your hands clasped, hinge at your hips, lead with your heart all the way down, fold. You might bend your knees a lot if that feels better. Relax your neck, so let your head be very heavy. You can shake yes, no, maybe so. See if you can lift your sit bones, lift your knuckles. So keep your connection to center and lift your butt up. Weight slightly forward, relax your neck, soften your face. One more big inhale, work that opening in the front of your shoulders, nice Pam. As you exhale, hands to your low back, release your clasp. Let your arms hang. You can give them a little shake, let them dangle for a moment. Next time you breathe in, halfway lift position. So realign your spine. Nice, Rachel. And then exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step back to plank pose. So top of a push-up. You're more than welcome to come to your knees at any time to modify. Take a moment and really find your strength in plank. So spread your fingers and actively push the ground away. See if you can take little baby rocks forward and back. So just like you're sawing through wood or even cutting through a loaf of bread with your body. Yeah, strong belly, strong through the front of your thighs. See if you can squeeze your quad muscles. Take one more big inhale, find that little rock forward. And exhale, lower halfway down. Don't let your shoulders roll forward. Don't let your belly drop. Inhale, push back up, high plank. Do that once more, slow motion, little rock forward, lower halfway, strong arms, strong belly. Inhale, push back up. This time, slow as you can go, all the way down to your belly. As you inhale, Spider-Man Cobra. So bring your hands out wide onto the hardwood floor, lift to your fingertips, elbows face the sky. Inhale, lift your heart. And exhale, take a twist to your right side. You can dip your left shoulder down a bit. Inhale, come back through center, lift as high as feels right to you. Tone your low belly. Other side, exhale. Nice job. One more time, each direction, move with your own breath. Press into your shoelaces, into your pelvis. Very nice. Good, Katie. Back and forth. No rush, with awareness. Eventually, an inhale will bring you back to center. Might feel nice to hold there for a breath or two. However you want to transition, downward facing dog is where we will meet up. So find your way back to your down dog, and you've got about 5 rounds of breath. So feel free to explore and move. Sometimes you can be completely still on the outside, but you're creating all these little tiny micro movements on the inside. So explore your pose, even if you've been in down dog thousands of times before. What does it feel like today in your body? How can you be more efficient? How can you breathe into those tighter spaces? And just get curious. Try things that you've never tried before. I like to pick up my toes and spread them apart. So I can't press my heels all the way down, but I can still pick up my toes and spread them. And then for me, I tend to roll onto the outer edges of my feet. So if I press into the inner edge, like the big toe mound, feels different. So keep exploring, just being curious, your body, what's going on inside. Take one more great big inhale. Very nice down dogs. As you exhale, look to the top of your mat, step, tiptoe, or hop, forward fold. Inhale to your halfway lift position, lengthen. Nice, Aaron. Exhale, let it go. Fold in. Root through your feet. Rise up. Arms to the sky. Big stretch. Hands to heart as you exhale. All right. Inhale, take your arms up. And then exhale, chair plank. So bend your knees, sit back, swing your arms back, but keep your heart lifted. So you're still doing a cobra in your heart. You're not rounding and looking down. Heart's lifted. Back muscles squeeze your spine. Sometimes I even like to interlace my fingers here. So that's an option if you want to take it. As you sit low and stick your butt out, see if you can feel your belly button. Pull in and up, that connection to center. Nice L, stay here. Or option for a balance challenge, lift up to your tiptoes. The higher your heels get, the lower your butt goes. So bend your knees even more. Yes, awesome, Eileen. Take one more round. As you inhale, heels on the ground, arcing Tadasana. So rise up, cactus your arms, lift your heart, gaze up. And then as you exhale, I like to bring my hands to prayer at my third eye. Swan dive down. So lead with your heart all the way down into your fold. Inhale, halfway lift position. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, move through your vinyasa in your own way, however you'd like. So if you're feeling it, you can add a couple push-ups. Maybe you take it on your knees. Maybe you substitute cat-cows. Skip it all together. If that will serve you better today. Nice, Paul. So back to down dog. Big, deep breaths. All right, from your dog pose, next inhalation, take your right leg to the sky. And if you want to open your hip for a second, that's fine. But then eventually find square hips. So your inner thighs face each other. I do not care how high your right leg goes, but I do care about strength and length and power. So as powerful as you can get through your right leg, if I came over and tried to push your right leg down, it wouldn't even move. It's so strong. Push into the ground with your fingertips and lift from your belly button. Take one more big inhale. Nice poses. As you exhale, right knee to your nose. So round your spine, shoulders over wrist, curl in. Awesome. Take one more inhale, push the ground away, or I should say take an inhale, exhale, step forward, low lunge. All right, give yourself a moment to just feel into your own legs. So anything goes. Your back knee can come down. You might straighten your front leg. You might open through your front hip. So just notice, how are your hips? How are your hamstrings? Knees, ankles, toes. This does not have to be anything fancy. It can be as simple as just closing your eyes, putting your awareness in your legs, and simply breathing. In your next couple rounds, crescent lunge is our destination. So you can start transitioning when you're ready. So front knee over front ankle. Nice, Mary Jo, high on the ball of your back foot. So your hips are square, all 10 toes face directly forward. The stability in this pose comes from hugging towards midline. So pull your front hip back and your back hip forward, your inner thighs hug in, and your back leg should feel just as powerful and strong as your front. Nice poses, you guys. Take one more great big inhale to lift your heart, gaze up. As you exhale, side body stretch to the right. You can make it your own. So maybe your right hand to right hip. Maybe you grab your left wrist. Keep your hips square. So pull your right hip back. Pull your left hip forward. Exhale, hands to the earth. Root into your right foot, standing splits, left leg to the sky. So go ahead and open your left hip if you want to, or if you'd rather, you can keep your hips square. There's no right or wrong. It's just a different way to work the pose. Try not to sink into your outer right hip, but instead hug in with your right inner thigh. Left leg strong. I don't care how high, but I do care that there's energy running all the way up into your left toes. Awesome, Katie. See if you can soften through your face. Maybe relax your neck a little more. If you want to take hops, if you want to play, feel free. Couple more rounds. Very nice. Good. I love a little bit of playfulness in our practice. I think we take everything in life way too seriously. Take one more big inhale, maybe one last hop. Maybe you lift your left leg a tiny bit higher. As you exhale, set your left foot down next to your right at the top of your mat. If you want to give your right leg a little shake out, go for it. But then eventually bring your big toes to touch, little gap in between your heels. Tiny little potato bug ball. So tuck and curl, butt towards the ground and nose towards your knees. You can either try to press your heels down to work your ankle flexibility, or you can lift your heels up as high as you can to work your ankle strength. The higher your heels lift, the lower your butt goes. The closer your nose or your forehead gets to your knees. If you want a balance challenge, wrap your arms around the fronts of your shins and squeeze. So get as compact as you can. It's like you're trying to fit your body into a little tiny egg. Take one more round. Nice, Jen. As you inhale, heels on the ground, halfway lift. So stick your butt out, reach the crown of your head forward. You can widen your stance if you want to. Exhale, fold, root through your feet, rise all the way up to stand, arms to the sky. Now listen, you're in high mountain. Left foot is your base. Lift your right knee up, standing stack. So balance on your left foot, hug in with your inner thighs and flex your toes. Focus your gaze. So look at something in front of you that's not moving. That's your drishti. Take one more inhale. Nice, M. As you exhale, figure four, one-legged chair. So outer right ankle, top of your left thigh, hands to your heart. or feel free to explore on your own. So perhaps you want to take it into a forward fold or a twist, or if you've been working on an arm balance in your practice, feel free to go for it. If you're falling in and out, balancing is what you're working with today. Perfect. Meet yourself there. Let yourself fall out a million times and just keep coming back in. Keep that flex in your right foot. Nice, Brian. If you're sitting back into your one-legged chair, most of your weight is in your left heel. Take a couple more rounds wherever you're working. Slow, steady breath. Good job. Next time you inhale, come back to standing staff. So stay balanced on your left foot. If possible, lift your right knee up. You can even extend your right leg. As you exhale, curtsy squat. So slowly swing your right leg around. Right toes come off the left side of your yoga mat. It's like you're in a little diagonal lunge. Hands to heart. Bend your knees. Curtsy squat. Pull your left hip back, right hip forward. So you're trying to square your hips. Squeeze your inner thighs. So you can take little pulses up and down. Navel to spine connection. Rather than looking down at the ground, see if you can lift through the crown of your head, lengthen through your spine, get as low as you can. Hold one more round of breath. Soften your face. Inhale, high mountain, arms reach up, stretch. Swan dive as you exhale all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Nice halls. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, chaturanga, take it however you'd like. So vinyasa, and then back to down dog. Nice bend. Good. Reconnect to your breath. Ujjayi, powerful and strong, slow and steady. So your Ujjayi breath, it's energizing at the same time as it's calming. So feel into that, slow and steady. Yeah, that gentle effort behind it makes it so powerful. Next time you breathe in, left leg to the sky. So if you want to, feel free to open your hip at first, but then eventually square off your hips. So inner thighs face each other. Good, I love the awareness. Nice, Mariah, your left leg is strong, powerful. If I came over, try to press your left leg down, no chance, it wouldn't even move. There's so much strength there. Keep lifting from your belly button as you push through your fingertips. And then can you feel your breath? Can you move it all the way up into your left toes? Awesome, Paul. Take one more inhale. Exhale, left knee to your nose. So round your spine, hollow out your belly. Good. Stay here, breathe in, push the ground away. See if you can lift higher through your waistline. Exhale, step forward softly, low lunge. Give yourself a moment, just working your legs on this side, however you want. Nice, Chris. So you might open your front hip. You might bring your back knee down. You might straighten your front leg, half splits. Yes, love it. And it doesn't have to be the same thing you did on the other side. Feel into it right here. If all you do is close your eyes, put your awareness in your legs, breathe, perfect. So getting out of your head and into your body is the only goal here. In your next couple of rounds, crescent lunge. Nice job. Hips square. All 10 toes face forward. So for some reason, lots of times people like to turn their back toes out to the right. I know it feels scary, but you'll get so much more support if you can find that hugging in with your inner thigh. So in order to find that, all of your toes have to be facing forward. Pull your front hip back, pull your back hip forward, and find that squeeze, that connection to center. Nice, Megs. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. So your lower body is your strong foundation. Your upper body is your unique expression. Feel into it and breathe into it. One more inhale. As you exhale, we've got our side body stretched towards the windows. So you choose your variation, maybe left hand, left hip, maybe left hand grabs right wrist. There's lots of different places you can go. Just working into the length on your right side body. Maybe you even feel down into the front of your right hip. Feel that stretch, breathe into it. Nice work, one more, legs strong. Beautiful. Inhale, come back to crescent, arms to the sky, neutral spine. Hands to the ground. Root through your front foot. Standing splits. Right leg floats high. So anywhere you want to take it on this side, hips square or hips open. Just don't get lazy in your left hip. So hug in with your left inner thigh, lift from your center. Big deep breaths. Soft face, so it's just a one-legged forward fold. Don't psych yourself out with the name. Yeah, take time to hop or play with your balance. Very good, you guys. Beautiful, nice Cam. Take one more big inhale, maybe one last hop. Maybe you lift your right leg a little higher, or even just spread your toes. Exhale, set your right foot down on the top of your mat. You can give your left leg a little shake out. When you're ready, big toes touch, tiny little potato bug ball. If little tiny potato bug ball doesn't work for your knees, you can hang out in a forward fold, totally fine. Remember, heels press down for ankle flexibility, heels lift up for strength. Higher heels lift, the lower your butt goes. Squeeze through midline and maybe wrap your arms around your shins. Get as small, as compact as you can as you exhale. Find your very, very center. Nice, Caleb. One more round. Inhale, halfway lift position. Heels down, spine parallel to the ground, to the horizon. Exhale, bow, let it go. Root through your feet, rise all the way up, arms reach up. High mountain, pause here. Right foot is now your base. Lift your left knee, standing stack. So hug in with your inner thighs, flex your left toes. Your left foot is active. Active weight is so much lighter to hold. Take one more inhale, finding your balance. And then exhale, figure four. Nice and easy. Sit back. Weight in your right heel. Your hips reach back. You can hang out in your one-legged chair or anywhere you want to take it to explore your pose on this side. So breathe all the way down into your left hip. Keep the flex in your left foot. It's like you're trying to cement your outer ankle onto the top of your thigh. Focused and alert, calm and relaxed all at the same time. Feel into that, breathe into it. Couple more breaths. Meet yourself right where you're at. Awesome, Meg. Nice L. Slowly, let's come back to standing staff. So if at all possible, stay balanced on your right foot. Lift your left knee, arms reach back up. If you want, you can extend your left leg. One more inhale here. Squeeze your inner thighs, lift your heart. Exhale, curtsy squat. So articulate through your left hip. Your left toes step off the right side of your mat. It's like you're in a miniature diagonal lunge. Hands to your heart. Bend your knees. Get low. Pull your right hip back, left hip forward. Rather than looking down at the ground and rounding, tone your belly, navel to spine connection. Lengthen your low back especially. Take your little pulses. See if you can keep pressing through the inner edge of your front foot. Soften your face, get as low as you can. Let that heat build in your legs. Send your breath there. Inhale, high mountain, step back onto your mat, arms reach, big stretch. Swan dive, exhale all the way down. Good work, halfway lift position as you breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands, feet to the back of your mats. Move through your vinyasa on your own. You choose down dog, or if you're feeling a child's pose, totally fine. Go for child's pose. You've got about 4 or 5 breaths. We're going to move through that entire sequence now. 1 breath, 1 movement. So that doesn't mean we speed through it with momentum, but it means we move slowly and intentionally with our big, deep breaths. If at any time you need to take a little break or you want to move on your own, do your own thing, please feel free. If you are coming with me, downward facing dog. Reconnect to your Ujjayi. So use your breath to power you through. Great big inhale into your down dog. Exhale, gaze to the top of your space, however you want to get there. Forward fold. Once you have arrived, find your halfway lift position. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, bow, let it go. Root through your feet all the way up, arms to the sky. Hands to your heart, exhale, and here we go with our flow. Inhale, high mountain. Exhale, chair plane or drinking bird. So bend your knees, swing your arms back, option to float to tiptoes. Inhale, arcing Tadasana, set your heels down, cactus your arms, lift your heart. And exhale, dive down, maybe prayer hands at your third eye. So all the way down into your fold. As you breathe in, spinal extension, how much length and strength can you create? Exhale, plant your hands, step back, keep that exhale going as you lower, Chaturanga. Nice, Mariah, lift your heart, shoulders back and down, breathe in. Lift your hips, down dog, exhale. Inhale, right leg to the sky, stretch it out, powerful and strong. Exhale as soft as you can, right foot steps forward, low lunge. Inhale, crescent, rise, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Side body stretch to the right, you can make it your own. Exhale. Back to center, breathe in, reach up. Hands to the ground, slowly, you are not in a rush. Standing splits, inhale, you can take a hop if you want to. Exhale, tiny little potato bug ball, get small, curl in. Halfway lift, breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, bow, fold. Root through your feet, heart leads all the way up, arms to the sky, lift your right knee, standing stack. Exhale, figure 4, one-legged chair, hands to heart or chair plane arms, you can swing them back, sit low. Inhale, get high, reach up, lift your right knee, you can extend your right leg if you want. Curtsy squat, exhale, swing your right tiptoes off the left side. Get low. Inhale, reach high, high mountain. Swan dive, exhale. You are not in a rush. Use your breath, halfway lift, fill up, lengthen out. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, chaturanga with your exhale, or you're even holding empty. Inhale, back bend, don't skip through it. Feel it first, bend back to down dog. Nice, Pam. Beautiful, left leg to the sky with your inhale. Strong, long, powerful. Exhale, use your core to step your left foot to the top of your space softly. Nice, Megs. Good, Brian. Rise, crescent lunge. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. Side body stretch with your exhalation towards the windows. Inhale, back to crescent, strong through your legs, lifted through your heart. Exhale, hands to the earth. Root into your left foot. Float your right leg high. Standing splits. Take a hop if you want. Tiny little potato bug ball with your exhale all the way to empty, as small and compact as you can become. Halfway lift, breathe in, lengthen, stick your butt out. Fold, exhale. Root through your feet all the way to stand, arms to the sky. Lift your left knee, flex your left toes. Figure 4, one-legged chair, hands to heart or chair plane arms. Weight in your right heel as you sit back. And then inhale, back to your standing staff. You can extend left leg if you want. Exhale, curtsy squat. Slowly swing it around. Tiptoes off the right side of your mat. Get low. Reach high. Breathe in. High mountain. Swan dive. Exhale. Follow your breath down. Good work, friends. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale. Plant your hands. Step or float. Chaturanga. Lift your heart with your inhale. Again, don't just move through it, but feel it first. Hit the pose, bend down dog. Good. So give yourself a few rounds in down dog, maybe a couple big open mouth sighs. See if you can embrace the heat that's building inside. Rather than resisting what's there, just allow it. We'll move through that sequence one more time. You know it now. So make it a meditation in motion. Stay present, listen to my cues. I'm gonna add in a few small changes just to keep you on your toes, no pun intended. If you're coming with me, downward facing dog. One more great big inhalation. Exhale, gaze forward, step or hop, top of your space, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, bow. Root through your feet. Take it all the way up. Arms reach, full body stretch. Hands to your heart center. Exhale. All right, last round. Inhale, high mountain. Chair plane or drinking bird. Bend your knees. Sit back. Maybe float to your tiptoes. Inhale, arching Tadasana, heels on the ground, cactus your arms, lift your heart, open. Exhale, dive down, hands to your third eye if you'd like, all the way down into your fold. Inhale, halfway lift position. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, chaturanga. See if you can keep that exhale going or hold empty as you lower. Nice, Sophia. Inhale, peel your heart open. Nice, Chris. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take it back. All right, listen carefully. Inhale your right leg high. You can hold here or exhale, right knee, left elbow. Use your obliques. Shoulders over wrists as you push the ground away. Inhale, three-legged. Right to right, aim high, aim for your armpit, add a push-up if you want. Inhale, three-legged. Now everybody needs your nose. Scoop out your belly, step forward softly, low lunge. Crescent lunge, inhale, rise, strong legs. Exhale, side body stretch to the right. Lengthen your left side. Back to center, breathe in, reach high. Exhale, hands to the earth. Root into your front foot, back leg to the sky, standing splits. Pause in your standing splits. Option or invitation to open up into a half moon. So if you would like, right hand on the ground or to a block, left hand to hip, or maybe your left arm to the sky, open up. So your left hip stacks on top of right. Your left leg is really strong and powerful, like you're karate kicking and it just got frozen in space. Beautiful, Katie. If you want to take the bind, go for it. About 2 more breaths wherever you're working. Beautiful, nice poses, you guys. One last inhale. If you're holding your foot, you might slowly release. Exhale, slowly forward fold, top of your space. You can give your right leg a little shake out. We're gonna come back into our flow. Bring your big toes to touch. Next time you exhale, tiny little potato bug ball, just curl in, get small. Halfway lift, heels down, spine long. Exhale, fold. Root through your feet all the way up, arms to the sky. Lift your right knee up, standing staff. One-legged chair, figure four, hands to heart, swing them back, low in your legs, weight in your left heel. Inhale, standing staff. Exhale, curtsy squat. So articulate through your right hip. Get low, hips are square. Get high as you breathe in, stretch it out. Exhale, swan dive down. Beautiful, friends. Halfway lift, inhale, stay with it. Use your breath. Exhale, plant your hands, feet back, chaturanga, or if you'd rather, you can always skip it. Nice, Stephen. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, hips lift. Beautiful. All right, listen carefully. Inhale your left leg to the sky. You can hold here or exhale, left knee, right elbow. So use your obliques. It's a little twist. Get as close as you can. Inhale, three-legged dog. Stretch it out. Left to left. So aim for your armpit. Maybe bend your elbows. Don't let your butt drop. Inhale, three-legged. Take it back up. Stretch it out. Knees to your nose. Everybody scoop out your belly. Then step forward. Low lunge. Crescent. Inhale, rise. Strong legs. Side body stretch as you exhale towards the window. So right side really long. Nice. Inhale, back to crescent. Arms reach up. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. Exhale, hands come down. Standing splits, right leg lifts. Hold here. Option to open up into your half moon. So left hand reaches forward a bit, ground or a block, or maybe just up to your left fingertips. Nice, Rachel. Open up so your right hip stacks on top of left. Really press down into the inner edge of your left foot, the big toe mound of your left foot. Let your heart open. If you want to go for the bind, feel free. Last couple breaths, soft through your face. If your back leg feels heavy, it's because you're not using the muscles. So see if you can engage. Flex your foot like you're stomping it on the back wall. One last inhale. If you're holding your foot, slowly release. Exhale, nice and easy. Forward fold. Right foot comes down next to left. You can give your left leg a little shake out if it needs. Thanks, Christine. Next time you exhale, tiny little potato bug ball. Put your body into a little egg as small as you can get. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. You are almost there. Stick with it all the way up. Arms to the sky. Breathe in. Lift your left knee. Standing staff. Figure four, broken chair. So sit back. Weight in your right heel. Inhale, standing staff. You can extend your left leg if you want to. Try not to lean back. And then exhale, curtsy squat. Left toes come down softly. Very low in your legs. Square hips. High mountain, reach up, stretch. Swan dive down. Exhale. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank, listen, pause in your plank pose. One arm at a time, come down to your forearms, forearm plank. So strong belly, navel to spine. Nice bend. So your elbows are no wider than your shoulders. Your forearms are either parallel or to modify, you can interlace your fingers. Nice, Mary Jo. Navel to spine. Breathe into your back body. Feel your breath in your back body. Now, without letting your elbows drift apart, start to crawl your toes in towards your elbows and lift your hips up as high as you can. So come into your dolphin pose. There's an invisible rope attached to your belly button. It's pulling straight up towards the ceiling. You can bend your knees a little or a lot. You can stay where you're at, nice Brian, or feel free to explore. Take one leg up, take the other leg up, take a few little hops towards forearm stand. 3 more breaths in dolphin. I know it's hard. You are so much stronger than your mind tells you. Hug in with your upper arms, press your chest towards the back of the room, heart towards the back of the room. If you're holding, relax your neck. One last round. You can open your mouth and sigh it out. Ah, good work. Come down and rest. So child, embryo, or if you want, heroes. So just a kneeling position. Yeah, and just take a moment. If your breath is sped up, slow it down. Ah, so from the inside out, feeling not just physically what's happening inside, but energetically, emotionally. Notice where your thoughts go without wandering off with them. Notice what your mind is doing when you're not even paying attention. Come back to the here and now over and over again. Come back to your breath. Take about 3 more rounds in your resting position of choice. And then downward facing dog. So Ujjayi breath. Can you still not only feel it, but hear it? Inhale, take your right leg to the sky. And then this time, peel your hip open. So bend your knee, reach your knee out to the right, and then up towards the ceiling. So like you're stacking your right hip on top of left. See if you can keep both hands rooted, both shoulders square and strong. You can absolutely stay here. This is a great place to stay, or option to flip your dog. So right foot comes down, nice and easy behind you. Right arm forward, heart forward. So if there was a mirror on this front wall, you want to look at yourself in that mirror. Lift your hips, breathe down into your belly. Nice, Christine. Take one more round. Beautiful poses, friends. End of your exhale. Come back. Everybody meet in a regular down dog. So walk it out for just a moment. Great big inhale into your down dog. Exhale, look to the top of your mat. Step or float, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift position. Exhale, fold and bow. Root through your feet all the way to stand. Arms to the sky, high mountain. You're gonna pause in your high mountain. And again, standing staff. Left foot is your base. Lift your right knee. So find your balance. This time, we're going to take eagle. So right knee on top of left, and then sit back into your one-legged chair. Squeeze your inner thighs. Some of you may be able to get that second wrap of your toes around your calf. Awesome. If not, just keep your right toes active. And then arms, take one more inhale to reach up. As you exhale, right elbow under left elbow. Or you can press your palms and press your forearms. So you choose. Squeeze through your inner thighs. And then rather than looking down at the ground and hinging at your hips, see if you can lengthen. So navel to spine, lengthen your low back. Lift your elbows up and away from your chest. So see if you can get your elbows level with your shoulders. Gaze right through your arms. Soften your face. Maybe a tiny bit lower in your legs as you squeeze. Take one more round. You guys are awesome. Keep your arms in eagle, standing staff with your legs. So right knee lifts. Maybe keep your arms in eagle, warrior 3. So slowly begin to kick your right leg back as you hinge at your hips. If you're like, no way, can I keep my eagle arms? Then do what you gotta do. Modify however you need to. See if you can find 2 breaths in your warrior 3 with your eagle arms or your own variation. Very nice, you guys. Land in low lunge, so no rush. Eventually, right toes come down at the back of your mats. Bring your hands down to frame your front foot. Good job. All right, so from here, bring your back knee down gently. If you need extra cushion, you can double up the side of your mat. Either half splits, or if full splits is in your practice and you want to go there, feel free. So half splits, back toes tucked under and back or hips to your back heel, or you can keep your hips stacked over your front knee, your back knee, and then kind of scoot your front foot forward. So you're working your front leg, your left leg as straight as you can. As you flex your left toes, press down into your left heel and try to pull your left hip back. So rather than curling your left butt cheek underneath, see if you can try to stick your left butt cheek out behind you. Nice, Christine. Yeah. If you're going for full splits, hug towards midline. So get as far as you can into your splits, then pull your left butt cheek back a little bit. Square off your hips, flex your front toes. If you're in half splits and you're folding forward, each time you exhale, navel to spine, that's your invitation to dive just a little deeper. Take about 2 more. Good, nice poses, everybody. All right, end of your next exhale, come back into a low lunge. And if you're in your full splits, I know it's not a very graceful transition, but do your best. So low lunge, and then hands to the inside of your left foot. Walk your left foot all the way out to the width of your mat, or maybe even onto the hardwood floor. I personally like to walk my left foot forward a bit as well. Try not to just collapse over to the right. So that's really tempting because it's so easy. But try to push your weight towards your left leg, towards your left hip, and then heart towards the ground. So if you want to pivot your left toes out to the left or roll onto the baby toe edge of your left foot, please feel free. Back knee can stay down, or back knee can lift for a little more intensity. If there's a variation that you're familiar with, you want to take it here. Always, choice is yours. It's your practice. You've got a few rounds, about 4 or 5 breaths. And if you're like me, this is an uncomfortable pose. I don't enjoy being here, but I can sit for a few breaths. Rather than tightening, can you intentionally choose to soften around the pose, breath by breath? So that discomfort, it's only temporary. Let it be here for a moment. Breathe into it, soften around it. Last couple rounds. Open mouth exhales if you want. Good. Come back up to your hands if you're not already there. Plant your hands under your shoulders. And if your back knee is on the ground, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Start to work your left foot back. So you're in a plank position now. From plank, side plank, right hand is your base. So open up towards the windows. If you want to modify, right knee can come down, right forearm could also come down. So your pose, your expression. Nice, Jen. Good, Laura. Lift your hips. So if your bottom knee is not on the ground, really important to lift your hips. Yeah, maybe reach your left arm forwards. Bring your hand back here. This one. That'll help. Yeah. Maybe float your left leg up. Yes, very nice. Soften around it. Soften your face. One last round. Give it everything you've got. Good job. End of your exhale, plank or modified. Inhale at the top. Push the ground away. Find your strength. Slowly lower, exhale. Back bend of your choice. Breathe in. Maybe you take an extra breath or two. Eventually down dog. You want to grab just a quick child's pose and then back to down dog. Maybe a cat-cow or two. Ujjayi. So this is, I think, the part of class where the breath is so important. Your body is really tired. Your muscles are really fatigued. But your breath, if you can figure out how to use it, how to hone in on it, it powers you from the inside. It's brand new every single time you inhale. Downward facing dog if you're not there already in your next couple of rounds. All right, friends. Inhale your left leg to the sky. Try not to shift through your hands or your shoulders as you open up your left hip. So bend your knee and peel it open. It's like your left hip is a hinge on a door. Your left leg is the door. It just swings open. Yeah, nice job. Take one more inhale. This can be right where you stay, or exhale to flip it. Left foot comes down, nice and easy. So you don't just plop your left foot down, but place it intentionally. Heart forward, hips lift, back muscles squeeze around your spine. Breathe all the way down into your belly. One last round. Thanks, Caleb. And then come back, regular down dog, walk it out. Kind of neutralize. Inhale, down dog. Exhale, look forward, step, tiptoe, or hop. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, let it go. Root through your feet, rise up all the way up to stand. Arms reach up, pause in your high mountain. This time your right foot is your base. Float your left knee up, standing staff. So find your balance, find your focus point, your drishti. And then moving into eagle legs, left on top of right. So knees stack, wrap your legs together. If you can get the second wrap of your toes around your calf, perfect. If not, no biggie. Sit back, weight in your right heel. So you're in a one-legged chair, your inner thighs are squeezing. One more inhale to reach up. Left underneath right as you exhale. Wrap your arms together. If that's way too much, grab the backs of your shoulders or press your palms, press your forearms. Squeeze your inner thighs, squeeze your legs. Sit lower. So butt down, spine long. Gaze right through your arms, elbows level with your shoulders. So see if you can lift them up and away a little bit. Take one more breath in your eagle. Keep your eagle arms, if at all possible, moving ever so slowly into your warrior 3 with your eagle arms. If you want to release the arms, feel free. So right foot is your base, left leg kicks back. Press back with your left foot, lengthen your spine, square up your hips, bend your standing leg a bit. After at least 2 breaths in your version of warrior 3, low lunge is where you'll end up. So you can find your soft landing. Good job. Hands come down to frame your front foot. And then half splits, or if you want to go for your full splits, choice, of course, is yours. If you need extra cushion for your back knee, pad it by doubling up your mat, folding over the side. Some of you have sweatshirts you can use as well. So hips all the way back to your left heel, or hips stack over your left knee. Flex your right toes towards your shin. Press down through the back of your heel and try to pull your left butt cheek back. So rather than rounding and curling, pull your right butt cheek back. So rather than kind of tucking your tailbone or curling under, see if you can stick your right butt cheek way out. Yeah, and then if you are in the splits, rather than pulling your hips apart, try to square them off. So plug them into the sockets. Last couple rounds. If you're folding, use your exhales, navel to spine. Dive a little deeper. Very nice work. Good awareness. End of your next exhalation. Low lunge. Find your way back. Doesn't have to be super graceful, but as graceful as possible. And then once you're in your low lunge, hands to the inside of your right foot now. Walk your right foot off the edge of your mat or right out to the width of it. Maybe even forward a bit as well. And then start to lower your upper body down, not by just falling over to the left, which is so much easier, but you collapse the entire pose. So try to encourage your weight to the right. You can pivot your toes out. You can roll into the baby toe edge of your right foot. Just keep your ankles strong. Back knee down or lift it up if you want a little more. Good, yeah. So if you feel a lot in your right hip, perfect. That means you're doing the pose right. No, it's only temporary. And see if you can just be with it, soften around it for a few breaths. So teach your body, yeah, I know it's uncomfortable. I know it's a lot, but you're safe. You can relax. You can let go. You can soften. Last couple of rounds, open mouth exhales if you'd like. Ah, good. After your last couple of breaths, lift back up to your hands, plant them under your shoulders. Lift your back knee off the ground, and then work your front foot back so you'll be in a plank position. From your plank, Vashisthasana, left hand is your base this time. Roll onto the baby toe edge of left foot, or left knee can come down, left forearm could even come down to modify. So your variation of side plank today. If your bottom knee is not on the ground, then your feet are stacked or staggered. And imagine you're karate kicking with the outer edge of your left foot into the earth. So strong and powerful, lift your hips. Maybe your right arm forward, maybe your right leg floats up. Try to keep a little bend in your left arm so you're not just sinking into your joints. Take one more big deep breath. Nice hauls. End of your exhale, plank or modify. Inhale at the top. Exhale, slowly lower. Back bend of your choice. Lift your heart. And then just the tabletop for a moment. Hands and knees. From hands and knees, thread the needle. So knees at least hips width distance apart, maybe a little bit wider. Right arm out to the right, all the way up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, thread it through. Reach through as far as you can. Come down to rest outside of your shoulder, outside of your head gently. And we won't be here super long, but give yourself at least 3 big breaths. See if you can really feel your breath in your back body. If there's a variation you want to take, of course, feel free to go there. Slow and steady with your inhales and exhales. So teach your body to regulate itself. Good. If you happen to have your left hand or left knee lifted, set them back down. Next time you breathe in, unthread your right arm and reach it up one more time. Open up. Exhale, set your right hand down. And I'll let you find your way into thread the needle with your left arm. If you want to move a little bit in between sides, kind of neutralize, that's fine. Eventually your left arm just threads through. Same thing, other side, big deep breaths. Breathe into your back body, back of your heart, back ribs, kidneys. Last couple rounds on this side. If you have your right hand or right knee lifted, set them back down. On an inhalation, unthread your left arm and reach it up one more time. Left hand eventually comes down. Downward facing dog, walk it out. If you want to move through a quick vinyasa on your own, feel free. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Pigeon pose. Exhale, bring your right shin forward. Set your body down gently. If you want to take this on your back or in a seat, if that works better for you, please do so. So I don't know your body. I don't know your hips. I don't know how you feel inside. So if it would work better for you to take this on your back today, please do. Those of you in regular pigeon, your right knee is closer to the outer right edge of your mat than towards midline. Your right hip is pulling back energetically and even slightly up as your heart bows forward and down. Big breaths. Open mouth exhale at any time, always welcome. About 3 more. And one last big deep breath. And all the way back to down dog, however you want to get there. So you can take it back to a 3-legged dog. Give your right leg a nice little shake out. Maybe you want to take some cat cows or take a 3-legged tabletop instead. Circle your right knee around, roll out your right ankle. So anything goes. Meet back in down dog in your next couple breaths or so. And if you're on your back or in a seat, taking it there instead, just take any movement to kind of neutralize before going into the other side. And I will just say, each of you, when you're ready, find your way into your pigeon pose on the left. So mindfully and intentionally setting yourself up, and then slowly settle in breath by breath. So not forcing yourself to relax into it. It's literally impossible to force ourselves to relax. It only creates more tension. So just be with what's up, whatever is there. Even if it's so uncomfortable, be with that discomfort. If you're really bored right now, be with that boredom. Whatever's moving through, just notice it. Don't try to push it away or fix it or control it, but just notice and allow. Breathe into those tight spaces. Very intentionally with each exhale, just choosing to stay with what's there, even if it's a lot. I love an open mouth sigh when I feel an overwhelm of sensation or too much energy. Good breathing, you guys. So notice, where do you tense up in your body without even realizing it? Or do you hold pressure inside of your body or stress? And can you visualize your breath moving into those tight spaces? Maybe something starts to soften even just a little bit. So I'd say about 3 more rounds on this side. And I will ultimately leave it up to you. So when you feel pretty even on both sides, to start that transition back to one final down dog. If you're on your back, you can wait for us there. So your final down dog, just walk it out, feel into all that space you've created. If you want one last vinyasa, this would be your time to take that as well. Maybe you choose one last child's pose instead. Maybe you're on your back and you want to rest in constructive rest pose, feet apart, knees together, or even feet together, knees apart, Supta Baddha Konasana. So wherever you are at, take 1 or 2 more big deep breaths. And then start a slow transition all the way down onto your back. You can face whichever direction you want to. Once you're on your back, perhaps draw your knees towards your belly and just kind of take a little rock from side to side. Give your low back a little massage against the ground. And supine spinal twist of your choice. You can go to either side first. Take about 3 to 5 breaths on each side. So take your twist on one side and then switch to the other when you're ready. And then any finishing poses, maybe one last inversion, maybe a happy baby. So give yourself about the next 10 breaths to move through your twist and then any finishing poses of your choice. And as you make your slow transition into your Shavasana, I'm going to read to you, and it's a little bit longer today. So as I'm reading, just slowly find your way into your final relaxation. This is by Jeff Foster. It says, humans, why do you turn against yourselves? You feel sad, hurt, lost, afraid, far from love. You feel unworthy, unnoticed, unacknowledged. You feel angry sometimes, frustrated sometimes. But you cover it up. You put on a mask. You pretend to be okay. You are brilliant at pretending. You play the nice guy or the happy girl, the one who knows, the strong one, the confident one, the blissed out spiritual one, the highly evolved one, or the one who has no faults. Why do you split yourself in two? Why do you submerge half of your being in darkness? Why hold up any image at all? To win love, to be liked, to protect yourself from the pain of rejection, to control others' opinions? Why do you care so much about being liked? What does it matter if the entire world rejects you when you know you are real? Why do you exhaust yourself living a lie? When did love become something you had to earn? The mask stripped away, the pretense finally at an end. Oh, humans, do you not see? You are loved and cherished exactly as you are. So for these last few moments, as I play my bowls, just be with yourself exactly as you are. Feel whatever there is to feel moving through you, even if it's a lot, even if it's uncomfortable. Just let it vibrate the inside of your being. Feel whatever there is to feel. Notice whatever there is to notice. And just be the wide open space for life energy to flow through. Shavasana. Take a deep breath in. And let it go. And start to bring gentle movement back to your fingers and your toes. You give yourself a little temple massage or forehead massage. As you're ready, roll to either side, fetal position. Take a couple breaths there. Just kind of let your practice really settle and integrate and soak in. And then use the strength in your arms to slowly find your way up into seated meditation. So just right back where we started. So eyes closed, hands gathered to your heart. Bow your head to your heart. And just acknowledge yourself for making the choice to show up on your mat today. Taking the time out of your day to be here and to do your practice. Thank you so much for letting me guide you. The light in me sees and reflects the light in you. Namaste. All right, friends. Thank you. Good job. I always say my Sunday class is the hardest class that I teach. So you made it through the hardest class. If you have any questions, always feel free to ask. And I'm going to do this class, like I teach on Tuesday Power Flow and then Thursday Deep Power. This class, I just put power because I'm not going to hold to any strict, I'm just going to do whatever I want. So if you ever have requests for class, then feel free to let me know. And yeah, check out my sweatshirts and stuff on your way out. Also,